Hey everybody, it's Jelly. Welcome to my second video. I think I caught up on my yard a little bit. Still have some weeds, but it's doing better. It's been about a week. We did get that rain on Saturday. Hooray. We need more now. But just wanted to give you an update on my super weedy zucchini and fairly good weed patch. So it's actually not quite so weedy now. I spent all day Sunday, about 5 hours working in here. Got a good batch of tennis elbow and cramps in my hands and super fun stuff, but I'm so happy to have it done. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I did. So there is my tomatoes, and all those weeds there are all pulled. Yay. This is the weed patch that was super weedy and overgrown. Pulled all of those weeds and managed to use my technique of putting the roots out and letting them bake and covering the soil so the soil's a little bit protected. So they're doing well. And this is the first batch that I showed you. And they are very, very happy. You see how all the weeds, there's a couple that, survived. A lot of them are good and dead. There's one that survived. Oh, it looks like I actually missed pulling it, so that's probably why it survived. They really are good at surviving, that's for sure. So anyway, this is the way the zucchini looks after a week of sitting and drying and baking and letting the weeds die. So back to my garden. The cucumbers that I tried to call beans before are doing pretty good. The cucumbers on the other side are doing really good. And hold on, the zucchini over here are doing really well, getting nice and big. So I'm pretty excited about those. Those should be the first round that does anything. And then these are my peppers that I started from seed right around the beginning of April. So they have started. Actually, this was a random tomato that made it through the vacation, and I just couldn't bear to throw it out. So I put it in the ground and we'll see if it does anything. It doesn't look too happy, but we'll see what happens. So, oh, and I also weeded my onions. I found that I actually do have some onions that survived my train wreck weeds. So I'm pretty excited about that. That is my experiment this year. I've never grown onions before. And so I'm pretty excited. I think I ordered probably 70 onions, and if I get 10, I'll be thrilled to pieces. Hopefully next year I'll learn a little and be able to do better. So there's my long beans and my beets and my wax beans. I did plant green beans over the weekend, but they have not come up yet, so that's all right. Interestingly enough, I decided to, first time doing this, I took my beets and I decided I needed to thin them, but I had a spot where some things didn't survive, so I decided to plant what I pulled. And boy, do they look tired and sad. However, a couple of them have actually survived. I've been feeding them with compost tea and trying to water them every day. So hopefully some of them will survive. I'll probably put some seeds in there and they'll be a little bit later batch. And this is a tomato plant that came up from last year. I think the kind is probably going to be Mexican midget because I had my tomatoes planted right back here. And the Mexican midgets just made so many tomatoes. They're little tiny tomatoes, but boy were they good. More cucumbers, a better batch of cucumbers, and my tomatoes are getting nice and tall and happy. I have gone in and, ooh, I see a bee. That's pretty cool. I've gone in and tried to prune them a little bit, and of course I probably need to weed some more, but back here, I got my weeds all pulled. That's exciting. That was all chock full of weeds. So I had a really great weed patch back here. And the only thing that I really have left that's pretty weedy is the rhubarb and asparagus patch. So there you have it. You've got an update. Hope you have a good night.